Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Fleur and today we're going to work into the shoulders, of course some core work to get it all connected, and we'll start with centering. If you have, please have a strap, a belt or a long scarf ready so that we can work into the shoulders nice and easily. If you don't have that, then pause the video to get it. Okay, bring your hands then onto your thighs, come seated. Let's arrive in your seat. There you are. And then place your hands wherever they fall. So they might fall onto your knees, in your lap or your thighs. And then find your long spine, sit nice and tall. You can sit on some blocks or maybe a pillow or cushion. And then close your eyes. And try to find that balance from the head, the heart, and the base of your spine. Relax your shoulders, but try and find that little lift through the heart space. And then place your awareness on your breath. And imagine the breath being like a little elevator that is moving up and down the spine. Imagine that when you inhale, the elevator goes down towards the base of your spine. And when you breathe out, the elevator moves all the way up to the crown of the head. So the opposing direction of the energy of the breath. Imagine that little movement awareness point. Energy moves down towards the base of the spine. When you breathe in, and moves all the way up to the crown of the head when you breathe out. And just follow that idea for a few more breaths. Breathing all the way from the beginning to the end of the breath, smoothly. And maybe you've noticed you've settled a little bit more into your sacred yogic space, the place where we practice. And that path that we're on, the ever-changing way. And from here, place your hands to your heart center and set an intention for your practice. You might like to send energy out to someone or something. Maybe you need to send energy and love to yourself. Or think of someone you are having a conflict with. Conflict means that you are heated with that person. So in this heat today, see if you can send a cooling thought of compassion and share the practice this way. And let's take a deep breath in together. And exhale, sigh it out. Good. We're going to blink our eyes open and we're going to start with 2 rounds of Kapalabhati in Baddha Konasana. Kapalabhati is a breath of fire, heating us up more but also working into our core. So you can sit on some blocks if you like, or you can sit off the blocks. I'm sitting off the blocks now. And I'll tell you what to do. The feet are going to come a little bit further forward, so they're not really close towards your hips. So bring them slightly further forward so you have this diamond shape. And you can hold your ankles, and then we're going to pump at least for 1 minute the air in and out through the nose. Your belly will go in and out. The breath will automatically come back in because once you breathe out, the breath will fall back into the belly. If it helps you, you can place one hand onto the belly. It looks like this. I'm going to count the time, I'm going to mind the time, and then when I tell you to, you're just going to release the breath And breathe all the way out and then fold forward and try to make the belly into a hollow. So just suck the belly button in. This is called kumbhaka. And then you're going to count in your head till 10, nice and slowly. And then we're going to roll back up. Take one extra inhale and exhale, and then we're going to do a second round. Maybe you'd like to do the second round a little bit faster. So a little bit faster inhaling, so exhaling the breath. So short, sharp exhalations through the breath. Looking like this. So let's start together. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then just breathe out through the nose. Take half a breath in. And start pumping the air through the nose. Try and notice that the belly just pulls in and then automatically draws back out. If you're struggling, if you notice you have no more air left, just focus again on exhalation, 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 exhalation. Keep going. Pumping the air. A bit like the pump of a bicycle. 20 seconds left. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and then exhale all the air out and fold forward. Try and push all the air out through the nose or the mouth and then hollow the belly in when there is no more air left, and hold for 10. Count it in your mind. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly rolling yourself back up. Breathe in. Exhale. Second round. Try a little bit faster. So again, pumping the air. Maybe a little bit faster if you're familiar with it, or just keep the same rhythm. I'm going to do this again for 1 minute. So breathing in. Breathe all the air out. And then half a breath in. And pump the air. Feel that the stomach is starting to engage the muscles there. Keep the shoulders soft, focus on the belly button. 30 seconds. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and exhale all the air out. Push the air out through the nose, through the mouth, so let go. So hollow the belly in, suck it in and up, and then hold it empty for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, slowly roll back up. And exhale. Good, well done. And then crossing your legs. Come to an easy seated position. Take your strap. You can also sit on your knees if that is easier for you. Both good. Good. Alright, from here, with your hands in front of you. Cross-legged. With your hands in front of you. Make sure you have the strap wide enough so that you can get it over without bending your elbows. Taking a breath in, lift your arms up. Exhaling, rolling the arms back behind you. Good. And then again, breathe and lift the arms up. And then coming forward. Jen, don't bend the elbows. Breathing in. I have to say Jenna, there's Jenna and Jen. Good. Okay. I have 2 Ruths in one class, so I have to name them by the colour of their t-shirts. If they're both wearing black, it's a problem. Breathing, lifting up. That's it, Camilla. When you lift up, try and reach your shoulders up towards your shoulders, as if you're lifting the shoulders really high. Good. Try to continue first on an edge where it's not so hard just yet. That's it. Camilla, is that your stick? Oh no, Camilla. Valentini, I mean. That's the stick. Good. Take it easy. Don't go too intense in the beginning. Good. And then from here, see if you can come a little bit closer. Not too much, just a little. And then do 5 more. Again, breathing in, lifting up and down. Don't worry too much about bringing it down in front of you, just working into that shoulder. There we go. Nice and slowly reaching up and over. Breathing in. Good. And then keep it up. Nice and high. Hold it there. And then just move your little fingers away from you. Can you see this in the video? Move the little fingers towards your armpits and your thumbs move away from you. That movement, good. That's it, down, good. Moving the thumbs away from you. And then from here, try to keep this length and move a little bit back again. And back up. Try to now move in that tight area. Valentina, is that too short? What do you reckon? You want a towel instead? Good. Notice if you're gripping your teeth. Ease them in. Good. Good, Jen. And then slowly reaching the arms up, bring the strap forward. Well done. Good. Bring your hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Just hold a little arch in your back. And then interlace the hands, see if they interlace. Or then grab your elbows. Roll the hands back away from the buttocks and drop your chin towards the chest. See if you can squeeze them back. If you find it's comfortable, you can even roll forward. Or hold your elbows for this one. Hold your elbows in, don't worry. Roll them back and then see if you can just fold forward. There you go, that's it. And then releasing, coming back up. From here, come into a tabletop position. Bring your knees underneath your hips and your hands underneath your shoulders. Take a tuck of the toes and then lift up into downward facing dog. Draw your head through the arms and find your downward dog position with your toes slightly turned inwards and your heels slightly turned outwards. Maybe bend your knees slightly so that you're not rounding in the upper back. So Valentina, that's it. Draw the hips back. Relax your head. And see if you can press the hands firmly into the floor so that the hips go backwards. And from here, you're going to try to draw the knees back. They can still be mini bend. And then start to walk out through your heels. So a little paddling through the heels one by one. That's it. Well done. Inhaling, start to roll yourself forward. Lift the heels and roll into a plank position. Open the chest. Exhale, bend your knees and draw the hips back and up. Keep your arms straight. Again, lift your heels up. Roll forward into a plank position. And again, bend your knees. Push the hips back and up. Gently bend your knees when you come backwards. Lift the heels, roll forward as if your spine is a wave. That's it. And bend your knees, hips go back. And up. Last one, inhale, rolling forward through the spine. Keep watching. That's it, bend your knees, push the hips back, and up, well done. And then this last one, roll forward into a plank. And then turn your heels over towards your right. I'll mirror you. And then lift up through your top arm. If you need to bring your bottom knee down so you can find that little lift through the waistline, strong in the core, and release, bring the hands back down to the floor. Come back into your plank position and to the other side. So heels over to your left and lift up through the arm, maybe bring the knee down. Long in your neck, push the floor down with your hand that's on the floor. Bring the hand back down to the floor. Well done. Keep the knees down now and then move your hands forward. Coming to Tadasana, so a melting heart pose. But we're going to make it a little bit more active. So look forward towards your thumbs and then start to rock with your shoulders side to side, keeping your belly slightly engaged so you're not just collapsing into your shoulders. So next, nice and strong and cool. There we go. Good. Feel that stretch under the armpits. You have to press again. Belly in. And just rocking a little bit. Well done. And then from here, come back to center. Look forward and then come onto your tiptoes. Your fingertips. Roll your shoulder away from your ears and draw your belly button in. So I don't want you to just collapse the chest through. Draw the belly in and try to lengthen from your wrist towards your hips. Make sure your hips are over your knees. That's it. That's a good turnout with the shoulders down. Well done. Lovely. And then from here we're going to just do little breathers. Inhale as if you're doing a cat, but just a small one. And exhale, you're going to draw the chest through towards the floor. Inhale, just a little tiny mini cat by drawing your belly button in and exhaling the chest through towards the floor. 3 more. Inhaling, belly draws in. Exhaling, chest draws through the floor. Stay there next, just lift up through the middle of the shoulders. Don't come forward with the chest. That's it. And then chest through. 1 more. Just round a little bit through the middle of the shoulder blades. Belly draws in. And then exhale, chest draws through towards the floor. And then come back, walk your hands back a little bit. Tuck your toes under and come back into a downward facing dog. And just feel how your downward dog feels. Well done. And let's start walking to the front of the mat. This is the end of the mat. I have to turn away the other way. So this is my front of the mat. Good. Let's do a few sun salutes. Let's do variations of sun salutes. We're going to do a little back bend sun salute from here. Taking a moment to settle in Tadasana. Finding again the balance from the heels, the hips, the heart, and the crown of the head on top, balancing, fingertips reaching towards the floor. Activate your Ujjayi breath, so finding that soft hissing sound at the back of the throat. Reach fingertips towards the ground. Inhaling, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhaling, folding forward into Uttanasana. Activate your legs, so don't just collapse. And then when you come down, you can bend your knees slightly. Inhale, come up halfway, maybe the hands come to the shins, pressing the shins to the hands and roll shoulders back. Hands down, step yourself back to high plank. Breathe in here for 1 breath. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Into your low cobra or into upward dog with the thighs off the mat and the arms straight. Or into low cobra, elbows bent, chest is open. Tuck your toes, push back to downward facing dog. Just stay here for 3 breaths. Find the pose, inhaling for 1, exhaling for 1, inhaling for 2, exhale 2, and 3, exhaling for 3. Bring your big toes together, touching, and then lift up your right leg into the sky, 3-legged dog. Point the toes. On your exhale, bend your right knee, look forward, and draw the chest forward, so you're arching your back. Bring the right foot between the hands and step it in. High lunge, breathe and lift your arms up. Lift up the chest. On your exhale, bring the left heel down and reverse the warrior. Left hand to the left thigh and reach your arms up and over the head. Good. Inhale, bring the arms back up. Lift your back heel, high lunge. Exhaling slowly, bring your right hand towards your left thigh and reach your arm back and over. Inhaling, bringing both arms back up. Exhale, bring your left knee slowly down. Inhale again, reach your arms up and over, opening the chest, shoulders back. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Step back into high plank. And then chest forward, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Into your low cobra or upward dog, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back into downward dog. Other side, bring your toes together, touching. Lift your left leg up into the sky. Exhale, left leg steps forward. Draw the belly in, arch your back, step the left foot towards the front. Push into the left foot, lift your arms up. High lunge. Exhale, right heel down And then reverse the warrior, reaching the left arm up and over, bending left knee. Inhale back into your high lunge. Lift the back heel up, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, bring the left hand towards the right back bend and reach the arm up. That's it, twisting. Inhale, both arms back up. Exhale, bring your right knee down to the floor. Untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the arms up and over, drawing the hips forward. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Step back into your high plank. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Into your low cobra, rolling the shoulders back. Point your toes. And exhale, downward facing dog. Dolphins. Bring your knees down to the floor. Bring your elbows down to the floor. Make sure that you have the right distance for your elbows by clasping your hands around your upper arms. So when you're on the floor, bring your hands around your upper arms and then bring the hands forward and interlace your hands. Tuck your toes under, keep your head soft, press into your elbows so that you're rounding a little bit through the shoulder blades and then lift your knees off the ground. Push into the shoulders, really draw them back so you're not collapsing with the head down to the floor, but your elbows are pressing downwards. You can hold it here, or if you have more space, walk your feet closer towards your elbows without bringing the head towards the hands. Hold it here for 5 breaths. 1, pulling the navel in, watch you. 2, then bring the elbows a little closer. 3, bring them closer together, down. 4, that's it. Next, don't let the head come too far forward. Pull the hips back. That's it. And 5. Well done. Slowly bring your knees back down to the floor. And then sit back with your hips and reach your arms forward. Relax the head onto the floor. Take a long, slow breath. And then we're going to do another round. When you're ready, come back into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under and push your hips back and up. Bring the toes again together, touching. So you now sort of know the sequence, but I'll guide you still through it. Lift your right leg back up and again into the sky, 3-legged dog. Bend your right knee, reach the chest forward, and then step your right foot in between your hands, drawing your belly in. High lunge, push into the right foot, lift the arms up. Reversing the warrior, exhale, left heel down, left hand down, and reach towards your left with the right arm. Inhaling, bring both arms back up, lift your back heel off the ground, high lunge. Exhale, right hand comes towards your left side and lift the left hand up to the sky, leaning backwards. Inhaling, both arms back up. Exhale, left knee down to the floor, nice and slow. Untuck back toes. Inhale, bending yourself backwards, open the chest. Exhaling, hands down to the floor. Step back into high plank. Breathing in, exhaling, bend your elbows, chest comes forward, chaturanga. Into your low cobra or upward dog. Point your toes. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Other side, bring the toes touching. Lift your left leg up, breathe in. Bend your left knee, look forward. And then stepping left foot between your hands. High lunge. Inhale, the arms come up. Keep that back leg super strong. And then right heel comes down and lean over to your right. Inhaling, bring both arms back up. Lift the back heel up. Squeeze your glutes and slowly left hand comes towards your right heel, right leg, leaning to the side. That's it. It's a little bit wobbly. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, your right knee comes down the floor. Untuck the toes. Inhale it, open the chest, reaching the arms back, and exhaling, hands come down to the floor. Step back into your high plank, open the chest, exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Into your low cobra or upward dog, roll your shoulders back, squeeze the elbows inwards. Good job. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Good. Paddle it out a little bit through the heels until we come to the second set of dolphins. From here, bring your knees back down to the floor again. And again, bring your elbows down. Bring them a little closer. So making sure that you're having the right distance. Wrap your arms, your hands around your upper arms, and then bring your hands back down again. You can do the same exercise we just did again, interlacing the hands, or trying out this time to get the thumbs to touch and then spreading the hands away from each other, pressing into the hands, push the hands into the floor, push the elbows into the floor so you see that I'm not collapsing in my chest. My chest is being lifted up. Then I'm going to draw my belly in and try to lift the hips up. Try to walk then closer with your feet whilst keeping the same position of your elbows and hands, and then lift up your right leg into the sky. Point the toes. From here you can draw the left heel down and lift it up 5 times, and we're going to change over, having a little break, and then doing it the other side. I'm going to watch you do it. Good. Let's do it together. Lift up your right leg, or just holding it for 10 breaths. 1, 2, I don't believe. 3, 4, and 5. Bring that right leg down. Your right glute should be burning a little bit. Take a little break, maybe sitting on your toes. And we'll go to the other side in a moment when you're ready. So again, pushing the floor away. If you're doing any variations, you can also go ahead, lift up the left leg. And then again, heel comes down. 1, try and squeeze your left glute. 2, head stays soft. 3, hands press into the floor. 4, and 5. Coming back down, bring your knees down to the floor. And then again, stretching your arms forward to Untitled. This time you can relax the forward onto the floor, or you can bring your chin to the floor, opening the shoulders by drawing them away from the ears. Nice long stretch here. Take a few breaths. Good, and then slowly coming back up. Walking your hands back towards you, and come back into a downward facing dog. Now down from here, stepping, walking or hopping to the front of the mat, coming up halfway, lengthen the spine, and exhale, draw the belly in and fold head to shins. Inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky, and bringing your hands to your heart. Well done. A little side bend from here, reaching your arms up, interlace the hands. So you have Kali Mudra, index fingers pointing upwards, and then reach your arms up towards the ceiling and bring your head through the arms if you can. If that's too intense, just bring the hands in front of you and looking up to your fingers. Lifting up, otherwise the hands up, try to reach upwards, squeezing your arms behind your head. Squeeze the legs together, tuck your tailbone slightly under, take a breath in, and on your exhale, lean over towards your right side. Drawing the left hip over to the left. Jen, bring your feet together. Bring your feet together. That's it. You've got something to squeeze. Tendency will be that you fold sort of inwards with your top shoulder. So try to lift upwards, and it's as if you're leaning over a huge beach ball that's on your side. Camilla, squeeze the legs together. Squeeze them in. That's the one. Good. Find that length in the spine, so you're reaching up from all the way over. Again, tendency will be your lower arm wants to bend. Keep them straight. One more breath. Breathe in, come back up. Lift up again. Lift a little higher through the arms, or if you had them here, keep nice and long, looking upwards. And then lean over to the other side. Again, squeeze the legs together if you want to push something in between your legs. Valentini, draw your hip over to the side. That's it. If someone's pulling your, not your feet, your hips. That's it. Good. Should feel really quite nice. So you're opening up the side. Good. And then coming back up, inhaling. And then bringing your hands down. Turn your toes out. Let's do a different forward fold. And then from here, reach your hands down and fold forward, squeezing your legs together. Come all the way down to fold. You might not come as far with your legs turned up. Just holding it here for a moment. And then coming up halfway, squeezing the legs together. Turn your heels out, step back into your high plank. Inhaling, open the chest. Exhale, chaturanga. Lift up into your low cobra, rolling the shoulders back. And exhale back to downward dog. Bring your toes together, touching. Lift your right leg up into the sky. Hold it here, three-legged dog. And done. And then from here, bring the right foot forward between your hands. Bring your left heel down. Windmill your arms open into warrior two. Find your warrior two. Good. Make sure that your knee is turning to the right side. Your right heel is in line with the arch of the left foot. Arms either side of the body. Bend your knee a lot. Breathe in. On your exhale, bring your right elbow down towards the right thigh. Arm circles. Lower down the left arm. And then lift it all the way up and over. Nice big circles. Lower it back down. Keep your knee pointing to the right side, not falling inwards. Good. One more round, breathing in. Roll it all the way back over. And down. Slowly bring your left hand down to the inside of your right foot. Lift up the left heel and then lift up your right arm to the sky. You can also bring the left knee down. Inhale, open the chest, and then again arm circles, lowering the right hand down and then forward and all the way up. Lowering it down and forward and all the way up. One more. Lowering down, forward, all the way up. And slowly bring your hands around your foot. Step back into high plank and lower through chaturanga. Into your low cobra or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Other side. Lift your left leg up into the sky. Breathe in. Hold your three-legged dog. Drawing the right heel to the ground. Push the front of the mat away. And then bend your left knee. Look forward. Bring your left foot between your hands. Have to turn around. Bring your right heel down. Windmill your arms open to your warrior two position. Make sure you're right in the middle of your legs. Left knee is turning to the left side of your mat. Find the strength in your body. That's it. Keep your back leg straight. You've got it on TV. You know what's coming. And then bring your left elbow down to the left thigh. Arm circles. Drop your right arm down. And forward all the way back. And again. Down. And all the way back. Over the back. Oops. Plants in the way. Down. And all the way back. Up and over. Look down to the floor. Bring the right hand down inside of the left foot. Lift your back heel. Lift up the left arm. Open the chest to the side. And then we go down. And all the way up. Is that the right way? No, way this way. Behind you. Forward. That's it. And then back. And again. Down. Forward. And back. One more. Down. Forward. And back. Frame your foot with your hands. Step back into your high plank. Open the chest. And lower. Chaturanga. Into your open heart pose. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Good. Stay here for just a few moments or come to a little pause in a child's pose, reaching your hips back. Breathing slowly, get your breath back. And then from here, bringing your knees back down to the floor again. Let's do a nice little one more for your dolphin. Bring your elbows down to the floor. Bring your hands again down to the floor. And then lift up your hips. Push the floor away with your hands. Walk your feet closer. And then lifting your right leg up into the sky. From here, coming forward and pushing back. Just 5 times. Forward and pushing back. So the same thing you did, but this time you want to push back with your leg. So the pushing back is the more important thing. Keep the leg high, don't lower the leg. Daniel, don't push, don't lower the leg. Keep the leg high. That's it. Just draw the chest a little forward and then push back. And then change over 5 times the other side. Lifting the leg up as high as you can, point the toes. Jen, keep the leg up, don't bring it down. And then just come forward and back with your shoulders. Jenna, that's it, just forward and back with your shoulders. Not the leg. That's it, neck. Working your shoulder strength. I know it's hard. And then slowly come down, sit back into your child's pose. Open the knees maybe a little bit. And then reach your arms forward. Take a nice long stretch through the upper body. Good. Everyone good? Alright. And then from here, walking your hands back towards you. Tuck your toes. Come back into downward facing dog. Walk out a little bit through the heels. And then lift up your right leg again. Bend your right knee and open up through your hips, pressing the left heel into the ground. Squeeze your right knee as high as you can. Try to get your right heel towards the left buttocks while keeping the shoulders steady so they don't twist. Draw your navel in. And stepping your right foot forward between your hands. Transfer the weight into your right foot. Lift your arms up, come into a high lunge. And then press into the right foot and lift your left leg into the sky. Arms backwards, rolling the shoulders back. Flex your left toes and try to draw the left hip parallel to the right. Rolling your shoulders back. Keep that back leg nice and active. Don't lower the chest too low. Come up a bit, Valentini, with the chest. Don't drop the chest. If you're ready, slowly moving your hands forward next to your ears. Reach with your arms next to your ears, nice and strong. Reach to the heel back behind you and arms next to your ears. And then slowly bring your hands down towards the floor. You might have to bend your standing leg, that's fine. Lift up the back leg, point the toes. Good. Pull yourself down towards the right leg. Lifting left leg high into the air. If you have and you want to, a little handstand practice, bring the hands onto the floor and then lift up the left leg, coming onto tiptoes of your right foot, bending the right knee and do a little push with the left leg, keeping your hands strong on the floor. Make sure you're pressing down with your hands and lifting the left leg up whilst you bend your right knee. If that's too much, just stay with squeezing your left leg up. Keep that leg straight, David, the upper leg. That's it. Good. All nice shoulder strength. Good. Make sure your right foot is not too far away. And then coming back, stepping back through a vinyasa. So coming forward into plank position. Bend your elbows. Chaturanga. Into your low cobra or upper dog. Exhaling back to downward dog. Other side, bring the toes together, touching. Lift that left leg into the sky, bend your left knee and squeeze the left heel to the right buttock. Push the floor away. That's it. And stepping the left foot forward between your hands. Pressing into your left foot. Breathing into high lunge. Arms come up. And then transferring the right into your left foot. Lift up the right leg behind you. Roll your shoulders back. Flex your right toes. Keep squeezing shoulder blades together and down the back. Chest stays a little higher than your shoulders. Flex the right toes, Jenna. Turn them down. That's it, so that your hip can come down. Good, Camilla. Lift the chest a little, Megs. Don't let the chest drop. Yes, there. Well done. And then slowly reaching your arms forward. Try to keep that shape. Really reach with your arms. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Don't let the chest drop. Hold and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. And slowly bring your hands down to the floor. Then you can bend your left knee a little bit. Make sure your hands are close to your left foot. Squeeze your right leg up like a standing split. You can even hold your left ankle and pull yourself down towards the leg. Or keep the hands or fingertips on the ground, draw your navel in. Good, Jen. Point that back to Jenna. Point it. Good, that's it, you've got that. And then if you're ready and you want to, press your hands into the floor, turning the fingers slightly out to the side, and then do a little bend with your left knee and lift that right leg up for a little balance, if that's available to you. Or just keep squeezing back, or maybe bend the knee and imagine you're kicking up but just not hopping. So you're lifting and squeezing up, pushing the floor away. 5 times. Keep the arms straight and bend the elbows. Good, that's it. Max, don't come forward with your shoulders. Keep the shoulders over your wrists. So your shoulders are too far forward. Bring them back. There, that's it. And when you're ready, come back into a high, into a downward dog. Push back the hips and then roll through your vinyasa. Come forward into a plank. Good, so your chaturanga. Into your upward dog, open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Well done. And then from here, bend your knees, look forward. Step or jump yourself around your feet and come into a deep squat, Malasana. So a little bit more to arm balances. Bring your elbows into your knees, and your hands can be in front of your heart. Feel how your hips are feeling. If this is very uncomfortable for you, come a little bit higher and just try to open up through your thighs. You can wriggle a little bit. So you feel that your groin is opening. Good. Now you can stay here, or if you want a little bit more, let's take a little bit stretching through the chest. Bring down your, what's this? It's your right hand, my left, right? So let's start with the right. Let's start with the right hand down and push with your right arm into the right thigh, and then lift up through the left arm. Take a little reach. Keep your shoulders away from the ears so you're not straining in the neck. You want a little bit more. Try to reach your right hand behind your back, and then bring your left hand behind your back to reach for your fingers behind your back. And do a little twist in the upper back. Also working into our hip. And then change direction. Bring the hands down. Remember, you don't have to do the bind. Left hand comes in front of your left knee. So upper arm is where the knee is. And then reaching your right arm up. Open the chest. Keep the knees open. And then maybe wrapping the left hand behind your back. See if you can grab the fingers or your waistband and roll the right shoulder back. Did come to more of a squat, so that you're not going so low. That's it, and then open the legs a little bit more. That's it. And then coming back down. Well done. And then from here, we're going to come to a little crow. If you have something like a block, it can be helpful to work on a little bit of a crow. So perching on a block like a little bird, bring your hands in front of you and bring your shoulders over your wrists. From here, start to bring your knees onto the back of your elbows. Now my upper arms are quite slippery, so I have to press down with my knees onto my elbows and then lean forward. Can you see that my shoulders are coming forward, my elbows are over my wrist. Keep your head looking forward and see if you can lift one foot and then lower it down, and then the other foot and lower it down. This can be a step forward towards crow. Point your toes down and don't look down. That's it, look forward. There we go, good. Good, Max. Bring your shoulders more forward, Max. Trust yourself more there. That's it, good. Until you lift your head a little bit more and lower your shoulders a little bit more. Good, David. Point your toes and try to get them up towards your hips. Yes. Ooh, nice. If you're already in a crow and you want a little bit more, try to lift the feet up towards your hips And then try and straighten your elbows. So your chest comes more forward and your belly comes in. I'm sleeping today, I'm very sweaty. So I have to get my towel somewhere. Try again, Camilla. Look forward and look down. Forward, 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 forward. Good. Remember, you can do it with one foot at a time. Good, Jen. Well done. Ah. And then stepping yourself back through Vinyasa. Come back into high plank. And then bend your elbows, chaturanga. Into open the heart. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Well done, guys. From here, bring your knees down to the floor. And then bring your right knee over your left. So crossing the knees over. And then let's sit back. This might not be comfortable for everyone. So take a little check-in with yourself. If you can sit the hips back. If this is really uncomfortable, take maybe a rolled up pillow or a cushion or something that you can sit on with your hips. So it's not a too intense rotation of your hips. And if that doesn't work, then just straighten out your left leg so that you have just the right leg on top of your left knee. So it's knee high. But it's also called Gomukasana. So your cow face pose. And then from here, we're going to bring the left hand behind our back. Have your strap ready or your scarf. And then reach your right arm up. Now see if you can wiggle the hands into the center of the shoulder. Grabbing either your fingertips, or if you have your strap and you can't reach the fingers, just take your strap or your towel and drop with your right hand the strap down behind your back so that you can hold the strap with your left hand and then pull your left hand upwards. So wriggle the left shoulder in a bit and then move the right hand down so that you can have a little bit more. Maybe straighten out the left leg so that you have, down, straighten out the left leg. And then pull that right foot in. So the right foot is on the side. So it's not crossing on there, just bring it back. Good. And if that doesn't work, just cross the legs, cross them over. So forget about the legs and just do the arms. Here you go. You can also sit on your knees. And then hold it here and find your breath. Closing your eyes and again be in your body. Try and lift your elbow up. Stand, sit up. I think you should sit on your knees instead. Because I feel like your spine doesn't feel really comfortable. That's it. Is that better? That's it. Forget the legs. Much better. Try and slow breath and feel that you're lifting up through the chest. That's it, David. Find a little bit more space in your chest. And then if you like, and if that's available for you, you can slowly fold a little bit forward. If you're on your knees, that might not be that beneficial, but you can still try. If you're with your legs crossed, if you've got one leg out, it's a little more challenging. And again, find that breath. Try not to bounce, just breathing slowly. Then I draw the elbow a little bit more inwards so that it flare out to the side. That's it. And then take another deep breath and slowly come back up. Release the arms. Feel the energy in the arms, then come to the other side, so lifting up your left arm. And again, you can use your strap if you like. Bring the right hand behind you, and then maybe with the help of the strap, give your shoulder a little wriggle. You can press the right hand into the middle of the chest and then roll the hand around. It's hot, right? It's boiling. And then again, try to lift up through your elbow. If you have the other leg, should have done this so. We should have changed your legs. I was seated. Sorry, come back down. Bad. It's too hot to think. So come back into your tabletop. Apologies, and then we have to do the other leg. So bring now your left leg over the right, unless you were seated in your knees. And you can stay there, of course. And then come seated in your position, and then bring the arm up. And then finding again your space. If you're already there, Noticing the sensations in the stretch in your body. And then you can fold forward again if that's available. And slowly coming back up. And then releasing the arms. Moving the hands out to the side, give them a good roll, and then bring the legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. And then from here, coming to Navasanas, lifting your knees up, just holding it for a moment, breathing in, open the chest. And slowly rolling your lower back down, middle back, and then bringing your knees into tabletop position and bring them into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. And then stepping the feet down one by one, arms by your side. Bring the palms down to the floor. And then draw the hips up and away from you. Shimmy your shoulder blades underneath you. Press into the hands. And if you like, interlace the hands underneath your buttocks. Pressing into the pinky side of the fingers. And pushing the feet towards the floor so your hips come nice and high. Keep expanding through the chest. Activate the back of the legs. Draw the shoulder blades together. Three more breaths here. And slowly releasing the arms and then rolling the upper, middle and lower back down towards the floor. And then from here, just dropping the knees either side of the body. And I'm going to go one more time. So same thing, feet close towards your fingertips, rolling the hips up, shimmy your shoulder blades together, and pressing the feet into the floor. And again, if you want to interlace the hands underneath your buttocks, and draw the shoulder blades together to lift up the hips, do it. Keep drawing the knees forward and away. Turn the toes slightly in, so they're parallel. Yep. I'm going to bring the knees a little closer together. And then slowly releasing the hands and roll down upper, middle and lower back down again. And again, shimmy your knees side to side. And let's try a little back bend. So full back bend if you're ready. If that is not in your practice, you can come either to a third bridge, or if you have enough, just bring your knees into your chest and then lift up the feet and hold your ankles or hold the sides of your feet for happy baby, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Otherwise, let's try a full back bend. Bring the hands next to your ears, fingers pointing down towards your shoulders. Try to get the elbows to face upwards. Now, a nice trick is to just lift the hips up first and then press into the hands, pushing the floor away. Once your hips are up, draw your head to the crown of the head towards the floor, and keep pushing your elbows backwards. And then draw your hips even further up and try and press the floor away, drawing your chest towards the back of the mat. Straightening your arms, so pushing down, staying there for a few breaths, and then when you had enough, bending your elbows and coming onto the back of your shoulders. Give it another try. Trying to stay there for as long as it feels interesting. Good, Dan, that's it. Work first of all into the legs. Good, left hand, that's it. Go, David, you've got one more. And that's it, next. And when you're ready, slowly. Good, David, that's it. Slowly coming back down. And let's come from here into a little twist, so straightening out your right leg and then bringing your left knee over towards the right and then reach your left arm out to the side. You can look up or you can look to the left. Any variations of it. Spinal twist, feeling the stretch across the chest. Long breath. And slowly coming back to center. Straightening out your left leg. And then bending your right knee. Wiggle your hips a little towards the right. And then bend your right knee over to the left side. Stretch out your right arm to the side. Find your variation. And slowly returning back to center. And then straightening out the right leg. And open the arms to the side, give yourself a little shake. Good. And I'm overrunning. Raise your arm if you have to go. Frown, that's not possible. Does then you have to go? Do it again, so I didn't see it. Can you go on for a little while, for like 10 more minutes? How are you feeling? It's past. What do you reckon, Jenna? Yeah? Alright, let's do one more little arm balance. So I want to do a little more strength for you. So now body's nice and warm now. Bring your knees into your chest. You thought it was Shavasana, it's now not Shavasana. Draw your chin to your chest. Good. Hold your knees. Good. Draw your navel in. Bring your hands forward. Good. Hold it here. Or see if you can straighten your legs away from you. Keep your lower back onto the floor. Pull your navel in. Good. Legs nice and long. And from here, move your legs into crisscross. Little bit of core. Here we go. Squeeze the legs together. Keep the chin away from the chest. Press lower back into the floor. Nice work. Another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees back into the chest and then give yourself a little roll up and down the spine until you cross your legs over and step back into last vinyasa. Bend your elbows, open the chest, shoulders back, exhale back to downward dog. Good. From here, bring your knees down towards the floor. You said you wanted arm balances, so let's have a little play. So we're going to come into a very gentle little prep for a tripod headstand. If you're Camilla, cushion, yes? I'll show you an alternative. So I'll just show you, actually Camilla, we're not going to do that because we're going to do nothing the way you put your head on the floor. Let's do this other variation. So from here, we'll just check. Yes, we're going to do this one. So try not to have any arm or wrist watches on you. Bring your elbows down towards the floor, interlace your hands, and then bring your head onto your arms. So you're basically doing this with your head right on top of your head, like so. Then you're going to bring your head down, press your hands into the floor, bring your elbows down, and lift your head up, lift your hips up. And then walk your feet closer towards your elbows. Press your elbows into the floor, so it's a little balance, it's an upside down already. Your head is pressing into the top of your arms.
You might want to have the wall behind you, but you might also not. And then bring one leg up behind you. Squeeze the heel to the butt. And see if one point, if you want to squeeze the heel really back and you press into your elbows, at one point your left foot will come off the floor. And you're going to press it back down. Don't jump, it's a squeeze. You're lifting up the leg and coming back down. And then you'll bring the right leg down. Let me have a look how you're doing that. Bend your knee, Jenna. Bring your right leg up and bend the leg back. Push your shoulders backwards. There we go. And bring your elbows closer together. They're too far apart. Good. Squeeze your knee back, Valentini. Bend your top leg. Bend it. That's it, David. Well done. Remember, we don't have to jump up. No jumping. Bend the knee, Max. Bend it. Bend that left leg up. Bend it, bend it, bend it. Now squeeze the leg towards where the car is. Don't stretch it. Keep that leg bent, Max. That's it. And now squeeze the heel back and push into your elbows. Bend it. Then straighten it. Bend it. That's it. And squeeze the heel backwards. Yes, that's it. Good. And then come slowly back down. Or just a little play. Okay, good. And then we'll come from here one more time into downward dog. Push the hips back and up. And slowly walking yourself through, stepping yourself through. And let's come from here into a shoulder stand. Rolling yourself back, lift your legs over your head, hands onto the lower part of the back. Look up to the feet and hold it. If shoulder stand is not for you and you have neck issues or shoulder issues, just bring the hands onto underneath your hips and let the legs float. Also good. That's it. And then if you're in the shoulder stand, you can slowly lower the legs halfway down and then bring the hands onto the mat behind you and start to roll yourself out, lowering the legs down. If your hands are underneath your buttocks, see if you can squeeze the legs together to slowly lower them down together, or just bend your knees one by one. And now lengthen the legs away from you, give your legs a little shake. Open your arms to the side. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. And closing your eyes, come now to your final relaxation. Let each breath become a release. Slowing down the breath. Feeling the heaviness of your body on the floor. And you can wish to stay here a little bit longer. Otherwise, I'll give you another minute or so. Let any tension slowly drift away from you. And then on your next inhale, feel your body regain energy and awareness in the whole of the physical body. And on the exhale, sigh it out.
reaching your arms over the head and give yourself a long stretch. And then bending your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug. And you can either rock up and down the spine or roll over to one side. Lie there for a moment. And if you're already up and seated, come to a comfortable seated position again. If you're lying on your side, press your top hand into the floor. Lengthen out your top leg and come also to seated. Any way that feels comfortable. And then resting your hands on your thighs, your knees or your lap. Balance again, head over heart, over hips. Keep your legs relaxed. And then from here, when you're ready, placing your hands to your heart center. Remind yourself of your intention. Practice compassion, kindness, and patience with yourself and with others. Each practice is a road to more awareness. And I thank you for joining me today. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out. Namaste everyone. Thank you so much for today. And I hope to see you again very soon.